Hi guys, I'm Vivek and I have with me Pravya,
Hi guys.
right? And we are super excited to bring to you our first version of office hours for the COVID pandemic, right? Uh, Office hours, if you go back to your old universities days, are very simple. Professors, teaching assistants make themselves available, right? And they are there to answer all your questions uh, about a specific topic, right? Uh, this is our first office hour, right? So we didn't want to fixate on a specific topic, right? We decided to sort of just keep this open-ended, right? Though me and Pravya have a bunch of things already with us which we want to cover today. So Pravya, before we start,
Yep.
right? How
Yep.
has been the day so far for you?
Oh my God. Yeah, working from home was
Uh
a
huh.
totally different experience. And it's
Uh
been a
huh.
week right now, but still it takes time, to
Yeah.
really understand how things would function.
Mm-hmm.
Uh, but yeah, I think it's going on pretty well. I mean, I can't complain.
I can hear birds chirping in the background, so yeah, I'm sure you're not complaining.
Right.
Awesome, awesome, awesome.
Yeah.
So yeah, that's what's happening right now. I am here, locked down in my house as well. Uh, this is it's bright and sunny today. Right?
Yeah, it
Almost
is.
the outbreak of the so-called spring is here. We're seeing a lot of flowers blooming in the park opposite the house. So yes, that's what is happening with me right now. Right, that's what is happening with Pavi right now. We're all here. So let's start now. Right. So Pavi,
Yep.
uh, a lot of businesses have been impacted, right?
Right.
Some
Correct.
positively and some negatively, right? A bunch of people are now
Correct.
going uh, literally the word batshit crazy, right? Some are
Mm-hmm.
going batshit crazy
Yeah.
because their business is down in absolutely down the rabbit hole. Some have gone crazy because they're seeing an insane spike in their traffic, in their orders, and they're struggling to fulfill those orders because of the whole situation right now. Right, pretty
Right.
much every single country that we know right now is in a lockdown situation. Right, so it'll be very interesting to sort of see which businesses are actually able to make it or not, right? But before we
Mm-hmm.
go down that route, right, tell me which businesses do you think are not impacted at all?
Tricky. A lot of
Mm-hmm.
people would buy online right now. I think
Mm-hmm.
that would continue, but it's going
Sure.
to be pretty bad for real estate. For example,
Right.
who's going to go? Who are actually looking for houses right now? You know,
Right. Yeah.
and yeah, yeah, it's tricky for a lot of people.
Yeah.
Uh, but again, so I was speaking with Divya today. So she was saying, the milk basket people, they are even not able to deliver stuff.
Yeah.
So tricky times.
Yes. Yes. Yes.
Uh,
Absolutely. But so you spoke about who is not who got impacted. My question was
right,
different. My question was who is not getting impacted.
right. It has to be e-commerce because people are inside. They are shopping. Could be publishers as well. People
Mm-hmm.
are reading more.
Sure.
Netflix is an all-time rule. Everyone's on Netflix. Everyone's on Amazon. You know.
Yes.
So that's that.
Yeah.
Uh,
Right.
what do you think?
Who
What do you
else?
think?
Okay, good question, right? I think the people who are not getting impacted. Hmm.
Mm-hmm.
My neighbor downstairs is actually a big gamer, right? And he mentioned
Okay.
that he has been gaming like no one's business,
Uh-huh.
right? Everybody who has pastime. So if you look at the situation right now, we're now living in a time where there is an abundance of time, right? And so let's just look at products which compete with boredom,
Mm-hmm.
right? A lot of times, we've heard that Netflix competes with YouTube, or
Right.
YouTube competes with Vimeo, but the real answer is very different. The real answer is you go to YouTube when you're bored, right? So
Mm-hmm.
everybody who is competing with boredom, right? they are the ones who are seeing an insane spike right now, right? So think Instagram, think Facebook, think LinkedIn, think Twitter, think
Mm-hmm.
Netflix,
Mm-hmm.
right? Every place where you would go to hog on content, right? Those are the places who are seeing an insane amount of adoption, right? And more specifically, because the nature of product is digital, right?
Right.
It's not a
Right.
physical product, right?
Correct.
Because at some point in time, somebody's physical product's delivery will get impacted because of the lockdown, right? It might not be an essential item and so on and so forth, right?
Mm-hmm.
But all said and done, if you're selling content, if you're selling ebooks, if you're selling movies, if you're selling anything that has to do with digital, right?
Mm-hmm.
This is your moment, right?
Right.
This is this is the demonetization moment of the rest of the internet, right? Everybody will see a crazy uptick. In fact, I was in a call with the lovely folks from VideoCan, right? VideoCan
Mm-hmm.
is a video indexing engine that lets people search through video content, right?
Oh wow.
And
Okay.
he showed me his video consumption graph, because they offer the product to corporates for video LMS solutions.
Mm-hmm.
And he said that the uptick has been in the range of 300% upwards, right?
Obviously,
The
obviously.
consumption
Right.
of video content has jumped by 10%.
Wow.
And this is not Udemy or Coursera, right?
Mm-hmm.
This is corporate learning, right?
Yeah.
Somebody in a business, teams like you and I, right?
Uh,
Teams are now hogging onto each and every kind of content out there, right?
right.
Right from Udemy, right from YouTube, Netflix, to their damn LMS portal, right?
Right. Right.
This possibly is the best time to now create a digital first product. Yeah.
Correct. Correct. Uh, Take for example Zoom, right?
Yeah, of course.
It's
Yeah.
of
So
course.
anything which is also delivering, correct. So
Right.
whatever is
Right.
delivering that experience also. So one is
Mm-hmm.
digital content, and second is the means of delivering that content, right? We are right now on a Zoom call, right?
Exactly.
We were on
Exactly.
Slack 10 minutes back, right? So whatever is sort of connecting these dots or enabling people to create this content, right? Everyone is seeing an insane uptick, right? And I think this will last now. This trend will fundamentally change the way people buy and consume and eat and drink and
Yeah.
sleep and live for
Who
that
would
matter.
have thought? Who would have thought?
Who would have
Dude.
thought? Absolutely, absolutely, right. Now,
Yeah.
the what but the question essentially remains, right? How do we run marketing? How should we be running marketing in the times of Corona, right?
Right.
Now,
The question again being, can we run marketing? A lot of people are confused. What do we do right now? Because half the people are marketing too. Are they even looking at it? No?
right. Yeah. So I saw this brilliant image that Rajan from Upeka had shared in one of his decks,
Uh-huh.
which was, uh, and this reminds me of my favorite movie, Interstellar, right? If you recall, in Interstellar, there was this moment when a massive tide wave of the height of a mountain came
Okay.
crashing uh, on the uh, on the spacecraft which had landed on a planet, right?
Mm-hmm.
And when they looked at the wave, they thought it's a mountain, right?
Mm-hmm.
But then within 10 seconds, they figured out it's a damn wave, right? Now, this is exactly what Corona is today, right?
Mm-hmm.
All of us are that spacecraft, which has just landed on the surface of the ocean,
Mm-hmm.
right? And there is a wave in front of us, right? If we do not move, we have two options: either we move or we do
Yeah.
not move,
Huh.
right? Because something devastating is going to happen any which ways, right? You might as well move and try and make a difference, right?
Right.
And try and see if that actually changes things for you or not, right? In case of Interstellar, they did move. They did try escaping from that wave, and of course,
Mm-hmm.
as it happens in every single movie, they managed to escape, right? It was a nail-biting escape, or the frills on the shebang. But more importantly, right, doing something is better than doing nothing. I think that's the gist of the situation right now, right? So if you are a marketing team right now, if you are a team that is telling the world about that which is supposed to generate demand for a product, right? While this, I understand, right? This might not be the best time, let's say, sell mobile phones or sell cold coffees, right? This might not be the best time to sell that stuff, but this might be a great time to tell the world that you as a brand care, that you as a brand give a damn about what's really happening out there, right?
Right.
And you just yeah, I mean, be really empathetic, right? Because if somebody's going to, because I did receive an email yesterday on LinkedIn, right? Somebody was trying to sell me lead generation services, and I knew it the moment that I read that email. I knew it. I will never buy from this person ever in my life again, right? Because
I got a
if
call
you
today from
imagine,
HDFC asking if I want a credit card. What do I do with it right now? And I keep
exactly the
getting calls
point,
like this. It's not the right situation. She didn't even ask
right?
me if I was fine. It was just,
Yeah,
do you want a credit card? And out
yeah,
of the blue.
yeah, yeah.
Yeah.
So this is exactly what you do not want to do. You do not
Exactly.
want to sell people in their face, right? Even if you're selling a sanitizer, you should be selling it with some amount of empathy,
Right.
because that is what the world needs right now. That is what all of us need right now. Yeah, awesome. So we understand who has been impacted. We've spoken about who has not been impacted. We've spoken about what people should not be doing in these times as marketing, right?
Mhm.
We've taken a dipstick in terms of saying what you should be doing, right? And by the way, let's be clear about this, right? Um, you have no one, literally no one has a playbook for marketing in these times,
Mhm.
right?
Right.
Everybody is trying to figure it out as we go along, right?
Agreed.
This again reminds me of a Netflix moment that happened yesterday with me. I was watching the movie 12 Strong Men, a team which went to Afghanistan after the 9/11 attacks.
Mhm.
And the commander in chief had to select from 5 teams, right?
Okay.
And this uh, and the team selected would eventually would make the first attack on the Taliban forces, and that team and 5 interviews were conducted by the commander in chief to say, okay, which team is best poised to actually execute this, right?
Mhm.
They were looking at a bunch of things, combat experience, experience of handling such situations, and so on and so forth, right? And the team which got selected, of course, this was the hero's team, right? The team which got selected, the hero was the guy who plays Thor in the Avenger movie.
Okay.
I don't know his name, but yeah, let's say so Thor's team got selected, right? And Thor called it out. He said, "This is the first time the American forces are in Afghanistan trying to attack the Taliban. There is no playbook for this. Nobody has ever done this before, right? So if anybody is convincing you on the basis that, hey, listen to me because I've done this before, they're
Mhm.
lying through their face, right? And this is exactly what is happening right now. Like every single person who is trying to, who is adding a blog out there that 5 strategies for Corona pandemic marketing, right? They're lying to their teeth, right? No one has seen this in their lifetime. This is
Right.
an absolute. This is an absolute like this is absolute black swan event, right? It is in fact it is as unlikely as having discovered the dark matter, right? Because this just does not happen like this, right?
Right.
Nobody gets to, nothing has ever paused the world
Like this.
collectively, right? People have paused, teams have paused, companies have paused, communities have paused, cities have paused, maybe states have paused, maybe a big maybe, right? A country might have paused, right? But has the world ever been paused? Never ever before, right? So
Right.
everybody is trying to figure it out, right? And in these times, what does make the most sense is to go back to first principles, right? uh, really understand what drives us as humans. Go back to simple principles of psychology. Understand what truly persuades, what truly helps you to pursue humans, right? Commitment, social action, social proof, right? All of these elements are what essentially help us sell, help us communicate better, right? And that's exactly what we must be sticking with, Ray, uh, as we're trying to sort of market our products. Yeah.
Right.
All right. I do have one question for you specifically, right? What is it that you are doing for iZooto in these times? What's your plan of action? And again, to be clear, I don't think we are looking at can be looking at a plan of action for a month or for a week because we enjoy so little visibility, right? Then
Right.
what is your plan of action in your head as you start your day? What are you thinking about? Yeah.
So to start
Tell
with,
me.
we need to stop marketing, as we say it. You need to start understanding people, right?
Yeah.
You need to stop selling, stop marketing,
Yeah. Yeah.
talk to people. No, be humans, talk to humans, be humans. Just talk. Just
Yeah.
tell people you're there for them.
Yeah.
That's what they need right now, and not any product that you're trying to sell. That's the last
True.
thing you want to do.
True.
You know, so try to understand. It's a wonderful opportunity to actually get in touch with your customers, understand
Mm-hmm.
them better. What are they as humans? What do they
Mm-hmm.
like doing? What are they currently doing right
Right.
now? How are their family? Just get in touch with them, understand what they're going
Mm-hmm.
through,
Yeah.
and then probably start talking about the product. But I would not probably suggest that right
Yeah.
now.
True.
Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. Good point there. Right. In fact, that reminds me of a conversation which I had with one of our publisher customers a few days back,
Mm-hmm.
and he was speaking about how advertising as a revenue channel has literally evaporated for him overnight. Right. Not over 10 days, not over
Mm-hmm.
15 days, not over a week. Overnight.
Right.
Overnight, the ad revenue evaporated by 50%. Right. Now, the question that sort of really came up, right, in that conversation was, hey, is this the best time to consider an alternate business model?
Wow.
Right? Is this the best time to consider selling products as a publisher? Right? Is it the best time to look at subscription offering towards building a subscription offering? Right? And we debated upon it, for quite some time, right? Simply because one, there is very little visibility
Mm-hmm.
which each one of us has right now on how long will this actually last in the first place,
Yeah.
right? But more importantly, uh, this also sort of just creates this opportunity, right? This also creates this amazing time that we would have that these publishers, that these teams would have never had in their lives, right? To actually explore something new, right? I understand it's tangential to their current business, right? I understand it's not something which will solve the problem today,
Mm-hmm.
right? But it's something which essentially helps them. It's something which will
Right.
essentially help them, see through similar situations, help them reduce their dependency, right?
Mm-hmm.
Again, what we both acknowledged was that while advertising is critical, right, it is becoming less and less reliable, right? And this event, right, the Corona pandemic has
Mm-hmm.
essentially, put a stamp on that finally, that this is
Right.
as shaky as it gets, right? And the after effects of this are going to, you know, people say last few from, the most optimistic folks have said a couple of weeks
Oh, wow.
to
Okay.
a bunch of people who have said who have taken a stand of 6 to 8 months, right? We don't know all of that right now, but
Mm.
yet, this might be a good time to step back and ask yourself that question: can I look at an alternate revenue model in the first place? Yeah, and uh, to sort of build on that, right? Building on that same question again, it might be super duper cool to because you said, right, go back, talk to your customers, engage with them, figure out who they are, what they are, what's a real vitamin for them, and what's a real painkiller for them, right? Because for the longest time, right, SaaS businesses, products were being sold, right, and they had very little clarity about their own position. Are they a painkiller for the customer, or are they a vitamin for the customer, right? Will the customer survive in their absence, or will the customer, uh, you know, cry with pain in their absence, right?
Right.
So if these conversations are already happening right now, right, we must figure out, we must, us as individuals, us as iZooto, and even publisher and even e-commerce customers figure out, hey, if is what you are selling a painkiller? Is what you're selling a vitamin? Right, number one. Number two, is what you are thinking, which is, let's say, an alternate revenue model like subscription, for example. Is that is that really a legit thought in the first place? Is it good enough to will people actually bite into it, right? Will people bite into a vitamin subscription offering, or will they bite into a painkiller subscription offering, right? Extremely important questions that 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 folks must, if not execute, research about, understand about, because guess what? In the post-COVID world, right, this will become extremely critical for them, because as businesses recover, as the world gets out of this pandemic, the world will have another new reality, right? Our reality, as you said at the beginning of the call, has changed completely, right? Had you told us, had you said to me 3 months back that, Vivek, by the end of Q1, stock markets would have tanked 30%.
Who would have thought? Yeah.
You would not have seen my face for 10 days, right? And you would be locked in your house with your wife for weeks, right? I would have laughed at your face, right? But again, here we are. This is our new reality, and as we get out of this, we'll be entering. I don't think we'll be going back to our old reality. We'll be entering another reality,
Right.
a reality where people will be thinking differently, people will be working differently, people will be approaching things differently, right?
Because
People
everyone's
will
going
say
to get
namaste
used to
more
this.
than hello.
Yeah.
Yes, right. It takes 21 days to build a new habit, they say.
Right.
Right.
And we have more than 21
we
days right now.
we have
Exactly, probably.
we've already had a 7 or 10 days lockdown already.
Right.
We're looking at 21 days of hard lockdown right now, and God knows how long this will this go on, right? So yes, we must, more than what's happening in the COVID world right now, we must start looking at what will the post-COVID world look like, right? And I think that's what marketing should really start preparing for.
Agreed.
Awesome. Cool, guys. Pravya, so we're almost out of time now, right? Any parting words for our listeners?
So like we said, I think things are changing. Things have changed. But if you want to look at it in a positive way, this is the best time to look back, to actually talk to people, to understand, and not market at all.
Yeah. Awesome. That's an amazing power message. Guys, do not do the marketing that you were doing a few weeks back.
Right.
What worked then will not work here, because this is a new reality, right? We are caught in a massive tide, and we need to move. We need to do something different, which we're not doing before. All right, cool, guys. Thank you so much for joining us here.